Welcome back to Men of War Assault Squad 2 and Red Rising. Super excited to be back here with another video. This is sort of a follow-up to the previous Red Rising video we did, which was in fact that very bank raid or robbery. It was more of a raid than a robbery. The whole point of the attack was to sort of eliminate all the employees and attack the corporation itself, its customers, its employees, and everything else of value to it. So it was a pretty successful assault. They didn't actually get the managing director at the bank office there. They did kill a lot of employees and customers, but SWAT arrived and did clear out the bank. A lot of the security guards at the bank actually did a pretty good job at like defending themselves and sort of creating a defensive perimeter around the office where they could actually kill most of the attackers. So the same group is back and the same corporation is back. This is a follow-up video. I still really haven't decided when I should start the actual series, but I guess we're kind of just doing it as we go. So what do we have here? Well, this is that very managing director's own personal mansion or estate. He actually moved out here after the attack. And like, he has an apartment in the city, he does has his office, but after the assault, he didn't feel safe for himself and his family, so he moved out to his estate, and well, the corporation paid for a lot of the security, and this is gonna be a pretty cool battle. Super excited. So the map is made by Mighty Mapper 123. He's a long-time mapper and he's been with me for a very long time now making maps and whatnot. So do check out his YouTube channel below. He's really trying to grow it and make some cool Men of War videos. I do believe like mapping tutorials and speed builds and stuff like that. And I personally do enjoy watching that kind of stuff. So be my guest and check out the channel below. It would be sweet if we could get him to the next milestone, whether that be 2,000 or 3,000 subscribers, depending on what he's currently on. So please do that. I think that would just make him so happy and he'd be super excited to make me some more maps. So please, if it's not too much to ask, check it out. And if you like it, subscribe. Anyway, so back to what we're looking at. We're going to take just a brief look here at the map. So this is about a week after the initial attack, which was just a global sensation, or news at least, global news. That was crazy to say the least. And he's here in his bedroom. He's chilling out. I'm actually gonna go ahead and grab him, and he's gonna go to the bathroom. He's gonna take a bath. All right. So let's go through the perimeters and different security assets deployed today, and then we'll start the battle. It shouldn't be overly difficult to go through the whole thing, but this is just so exciting. So here we have the front gate. Okay. We've got some security guards. These are pretty much on the same level. The ones without the jacket have MP5s. They need a little more maneuverability and you know, a less tight posture wielding that SMG. And they're just doing the front gate business here. We have a not customer parking, but servant parking here. We have the gardeners, the chef, the receptionist, and maybe another civilian vehicle or two, but that's about it. Then we come to the gate here. We have 2 MP5s. We have 4 guards. There's a little gatehouse kind of thing over there to the right. This is actually the gate, but this is more of a This is just a shed. I don't know why we're talking about that. Beautiful garden on both sides. Plenty of room here. We're leading up to the next area here, where there's a beautiful fountain. More security guards on all sides. We got plenty of people over here. We have some gardeners hard at work. You can see them right here. Looking very good. They're doing their work. We got more security guards kind of spread out here in the area. They're not all overly visible. We have a guy over here next to the hedgerow. And there's a person over here. Well, there should be a 4th man as well. He's hiding. Oh, he's back here. Cool. And then there's more gardeners here near the labyrinth itself, which is really cool on both sides. So that's really nice. Beautiful, right? Beautiful. Coming up to the next layer, we have another 4 big SUVs. And more security guards, just not really talking to each other. Like, you don't ever see guards standing and talking to each other. They're always just looking in different directions, never talking to each other. They have their earbuds and their like ear communication, and that's how they can communicate. They don't need to stand and look at each other talking. That's not what these kinds of professionals do. And a lot of these are, you know, ex-cops and ex-Marines and soldiers and whatnot. So various backgrounds, pretty professional kind of people, right? Coming here up to the actual entrance to the mansion, we're going to have a look inside as well. We've got more security guards. I reckon there's about 40, 50 security guards and 15 or 16 men in a personal detail. So it's like very high security. Like, this is some Godfather shit right here. Technically, that's kind of what they're at. I mean, the ones who are attacking are anarchists, kind of like anti-corporate kind of people, right? So we've got a pretty tense mix here. Very anti-capitalistic. So we have the entrance here, and we have more security guards. These all have MP5s. So that's a pretty thick layer of defense. Coming out here to the left, we have the first character, which is the youngest son in the family. He's got a mechanic here working on his Bugatti. We got the Porsche. We got the Ford GT. Is that a GT350? I don't know. It's just a Mustang, right? We got the Porsche. Is this a GT2 or GT3? It is a GT2. Look. I hadn't even seen it. And this is just a Veyron. It could be isn't it called Vitesse or Super Sport or something like that? Very cool. Very cool. Nice looking models, right? So he's out there with the garage. He just enjoys his cars, and that's what he's doing. So bad that daddy's gotten himself into trouble. Coming into the actual house now. This is a nice estate, like big open rooms. Like it's meant for few people, but it's very, very big. We have the second oldest son over here by his bed in his own bedroom, just chilling out. Further to the left, there's an office. Not much going on over there. Then we move up here, up the stairs. We have we have a server room with an IT technician. She's like head of the IT around here. More security guards covering the stairs, but in general, you want to keep the security guards outside and away from the private areas. I do think that people who living in a situation like this, it's very bad and like not nice to be reminded of the constant security threat and having security guards around you. So they want to generally just cover the perimeter and leave the indoors clear. More security guards here on the outside. Here we have the oldest son with his wife, Helen, or whatever her name is. Player characters and interior objects and everything is limited. Just keep that in mind. But hey, that's how it is. They're just having a lunch. More security guards. And we're going to get into what's going on over here later, but that's another cool feature. Moving down the corridor, we're starting to get to the more personal detail here of the director. And these guys here don't mess around, as you could maybe guess. These are some ex-Delta Force, you name it, Special Forces, 10 years of experience, multiple combat deployments. They got a few headshots under their belt, so to speak. And here is the actual PMC leader. He's standing right here. He's talking to the head of security here, and the guy in the black suit and the blonde hair. And then we have a few more of his just personal guards in here. There's 2 in total, and then there's of course him. But he wants to keep his living quarters pretty clean in general. Most kept outside of his rooms. And then we also have a sniper, a PMC sniper, on the roof. Or not on the roof, but on the balcony. That's where he positioned himself. But let's get into the PMCs, because that's interesting. So he hired these guys. It cost them, I don't know, they charge like $1,000 an hour or whatever. They're on everyone in total, right? So it's a huge expense. The corporation's paying for it. They brought in, I do believe, a dozen hardcore, heavy-hitting motherfuckers. And sorry about the language, but what I'm saying actually makes a sense, because I have breed options where I've added like maximum level of efficiency, weapon efficiency, and all those kinds of things, so that the different people you see today on the field will perform differently, which is really, really cool. Not saying they're invincible. They're not. They are not. But this is going to probably be one of the bigger threats for the attackers because of their experience. But they're taking it easy. They think, oh, nothing's going to happen. Like, there's so many. Did you guys see the security here? This is insane. This is a fortress. They can't breach this, so they're just enjoying the sun, enjoying some water, I suppose. Don't drink on the job. And they landed with a UH-60 Blackhawk, and we got a mechanic here working on the thing. So that's a pretty cool team. They're mainly held out here, but they've got a few people situated here closer to himself, because after all, he did need the detail and protection. So that's about it. Now the attackers, well, we'll get into them as we start, but I think that's a pretty clear idea of what we're doing today. If you guys didn't like the previous video I made, the duel or the solo and duo duels, I thought it was really cool. I don't know, maybe it was just me, but I really enjoyed it. But without further ado, let's get into this Red Rising modern mod part 2 battle thing here that we're doing. Corporation against the anarchists and anti-capitalists here. So this will be pretty damn cool. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So I just tabbed out of the game to make sure my microphone was being recorded and all that. I can't tell you how many times a month it isn't. For some reason, my software lives its own little life. I suppose software and hardware. And sometimes I'll spend hours a day recording and then to just realize, yeah, my microphone wasn't actually being recorded. And that is so demoralizing that I'll turn off the computer and I won't look at it for another day. So that's why sometimes there aren't daily uploads. But anyways, I think I've talked about that before. As I did tab out, I realized that the intro that's actually still kind of underway here is over 10 minutes long. And that's very long, but to me it feels like 2 minutes. But the point I really wanted to make before we start this scenario is it's really good in moments like this, in scenarios like these that aren't just a straight out battle. It isn't just like D-Day or anything else where I can kind of just talk for a minute and then start because everyone kind of knows everything about it. This is also fictional and also so original that you gotta kind of create a foundation below it to so that people can understand what's going on, and especially not only about the story but the map itself, the units, the difference in skills, the weapons, the positions, the characters. Like now we know that there's several key characters here that their death in life could obviously affect the game heavily. So it's just I think people can agree with me when I say that sometimes it's good to have a lengthy intro so that everyone is up to date and gets in the right mood for the battle or fight or whatever and all that. And I would call this a battle because it is with this kind of firepower and manpower on the ground. This is definitely by all means a battle. But without further ado, I think that'll be the last time I'll say without further ado and not actually starting the battle. Let's start the battle. So let's kick it off and let's enjoy this. Let's find out who lives and dies in this very, very undecided battle. I'm so excited myself. I don't know. I mean, let's see what happens. Let's do it. Something has alerted the guards. It's a car. It's going for the gate. Oh! And it detonated. Some of the guards could return fire, but it was too late. Came in way too fast. We can see a few attackers now spreading out over the area, surrounding the estate. Oh, they're going for they're doing a little perimeter check. I think they were looking at the different sides here of the estate to make sure there weren't any other guards outside that could potentially trap them inside the estate once the assault has begun. And these guards are immediately going to be alerted by the presence there. At first, I don't think they really understood what happened, but knowing that this is a very intense period and a high threat alert kind of period, whatever you would call that, a DEFCON kind of period, if you know what I mean, I don't think they would be too surprised, or I think they'd instantly know what was going on if they heard a big explosion or gunshots. So they're gonna radio in to the guards back here, and they're gonna sound the alarm. Was that an alarm? No, that was an SR-10 magazine or something like that. SR-25. Okay, great. Let's pause for a second. Let me just fix this here without getting too in the way, so to speak. There we go. And boom. That adds a little immersion, I think. Okay, we got more attackers just coming in from all over the area. So what I've done now is I've changed an AI setting in the editor from AI to user, which doesn't make any sense, right? I'm changing all the AI groups to user instead of AI. But what that does is actually making the AI act more like AI. Like, it doesn't make any sense, once again. But now they can run out of ammo, and they will sometimes, like, disobey scripts. Can you tell how these guys are running around randomly? They're arriving at different times. See, we got a few guys that just came in here and they stopped, literally. No, see, they're taking a step at a time. Very unclear. What they're doing is very unclear. They're acting way more like independent AI than when they would have been previously. Because if I had them on AI instead of user, they would all have just ran in at once in like a big wave. Because I wouldn't spend hours doing separate scripting for each soldier. No one ever does. That's absurd. That's like Men of War choreography, and that's insane. That would take weeks. But anyway, so look, they're like running around randomly. I do suppose you could say that they're setting up some kind of perimeter back there, security, overwatch over these things. Now they're moving in. Like, I can't explain the thought there, but that should give you a nice little hint of random behavior, and that is always exciting. Oh, we got 3 security guards pinned behind the Suburban here. One's gonna try to make him move for it, or run for it rather, and he's gonna get gunned down. So is his other 2 friends as well, as they are overrun. Not a lot of return fire so far. These security guards armed with M9s and stuff up here aren't making much of a difference. See, we have some moving in on the flanks here. That's really cool. But they're actually spreading out. And I love the, not uniforms, but I love the clothing of the attackers as well. It's kind of that blue-collared workwear, you know, rugged stuff like overalls and jeans and workwear and like those kind of like what do you call them? The pants with all these pockets everywhere, cargo pants and stuff. Not like the shorts like the ones you think of, but you know, yeah, it's pretty cool. And then they have their jumpers and sweaters and stuff like that. I like it. I like it. Various headgear. They look kind of like modern communist militia in a way. I definitely say that these guys look a lot like some. This is what I'd imagine an anarchist militia looking like, from like a Die Hard movie or something. Very cool. Anyway, the next wave is, not the next wave, but the next perimeter is under attack now. This more estate perimeter, and a lot of the security guards are being sent out to set up some sort of a front against the attacking forces. Yeah, they're gonna take cover behind this low stone wall. Lots of MP5s being brought up now by the more house security, so to speak. Dressed slightly differently than the outer security here. Armed to a greater extent as well. And then over here we have the PMCs are kicking in now. Working side by side with the security officers in the compound, the estate. And they're gonna go for an exchange of fire here out on the field. So they're gonna try and hit the attackers when they're in the least cover as possible, or as little cover as possible. Many of them are sitting back here. So that's interesting. Okay, what? Yes, another slight disadvantage with the whole AI to user thing. This is the first time during my like 30 to 40 playtests of this mission, which during all those, by the way, I've received completely different results. But this is the first time we are having such an organizational error here. But it's interesting. It's what do you call it? Cute? I don't know. Not so much. But here comes the second wave at least. A Dragunov. That would be needed in order to clear out some of the defenders here. But the attackers are at least not overly committed to the assault yet. They're outnumbered, so they're going to stay back. I suppose they're doing the right thing. But here comes the reinforcements. Yeah, they're even pulling back a little bit. I think they're getting the security to overextend themselves just a tiny bit. PMCs here with their weaponry could be a real problem for the attackers, but there's only about five of them here out on the field. The others should be in here with the actual director. We do have a sniper on the roof. Yeah, we got the most local security here with him. The other PMCs have moved out. Interesting. I like that. I like that the PMCs are going. Yeah, here we go. We got 2 more on this side. We got a shotgunner up there too, so that's cool. That's real cool. Let's go ahead and make these guys individual fighters, and now the attack can continue. Minor upset for the attacking forces, but hey, that means a longer battle for us. And now they're putting a lot of firepower out there on the field. Oh boy. This is a bloody war zone. But that house security is doing their best. For the excitement of the battle, I'm going to actually pull back the PMCs over here. I'm going to pull back some of the staff to get the mechanic, get the son, and 2 security guards out of here. This is something that's incredibly hard to script and force, but I do believe that this would be extremely cool to take indoors. So let's send these men back. How cool is that? We'll leave a few out here to still keep an eye on the situation, but the rest are going to pull back and get indoors and continue to fight in here. We do want to definitely make use of this indoor area. This definitely took the longest time of everything to make. And the mechanic, you can't be here. Like, get the hell out of here. We don't care if you die. Honestly, this family probably couldn't give two shits. Maybe the youngest son, maybe he's known him for a long time. Working on his car for a long time. Or his cars, rather. How are we looking on casualties here? Well, a few. They're starting to drop, but not as drastically as they would probably have hoped for. The attack is continuing. And why are these guys looking this way? There's no enemies this way. They're all back there. Gotta love the Men of War AI at times. You gotta love the AI at times. AI at times. Oh, nice to see some long-range fighting like that. So they've almost cleared this layer out. Oh, it's nasty like that. Trying to make a run for it. Oh, poor Gardener. One was just shot dead. The other is just trying to hide here in the bushes. I think he'll be spared. He's definitely not the main goal of this attack. That is for sure. Fact is, I couldn't imagine this group actually hitting the servants in that way. I feel like they stem from a different ideology when it comes to servants and working class people. But any one part of this organization is an enemy, I suppose. So they'll hit everyone up literally, quite literally. The sniper up here on the roof is taking so much fire. Oh man, can he even return? I don't think he can. He's just gonna get shot back. And the attackers are very, very, very soon about to actually assault indoors. And that is where the next interesting fight will take place. We have some people here in the reception. We got two PMCs covering the next room. We have not the oldest son, not the youngest son, so like the middle son, held up there. Oh, they're starting to enter now. He got one guy. He killed one guy right in front of the desk there. But then he was shot down himself. Wait, where are you guys going? Gotta babysit these people sometimes. So now that... How are we doing here? Oh! I'm excited. I'm gonna keep an eye on this. I just gotta make sure the AI is on point with what they gotta do. Or it's a fluke. That should be enough to get them involved. There we go. So far, this is still a bit of a stalemate. The security is holding. No, where's she going? She's running out for an assault rifle. She just ran out and picked up an AK and gunned one guy down, but now she's going to be shot down. So that's the... There goes the wife of the... Let's just retreat the son. Let's get him up. Oh, man, he took some fire. But let's get him up to the rest of the family up here. Look at that. Oh, did he get shot? No, he's fine. The most elite security up here. Here's the youngest son. Let's get him in here as well. Let's bring him to the kitchen. Let's get this guy in with his dad. And the rest of the security will wait outside. This is pretty intense, man. What happened to the... There's still a lot of attackers in here. But once again, we'll see what they choose to do. One guy just climbed in through the window. That's pretty cool. Is that the IT technician? Or the software girl? I think it is. She just ran down. She's got an assault rifle. Problem is, when I'm not selecting a player, I can't actually see indoors. But it looks nice from the outside when there's a roof. But there's different ways you can solve that whole indoor interior kind of thing. I prefer just making walls. Building walls, no roofs. She's gonna relax. Alright, so the reinforcements should be here any second now. Other than that, I can't really find any other attackers. They all seem to be up here. Let's do something interesting. Let's bring 4 people around the side here. Oh, let's bring 6 people. Apparently, there's more in my command than I thought there were. And then we got another 4. Is there only that many alive? Apparently. Whoa. One guy down. Let's have these guys move up this way. That guy ran out of his sniper ammo, so he's gonna... Who's missing? Oh, they got him. There's the oldest son. He's out on the roof. Oh, he's... Oh, click. Run for it. No, he's got to pick up a gun. Oh, he's going to run indoors, but he's just going to get shot down. Alright, this group is attacking up here now. Yeah, so unfortunately, because of that AI kind of thing, user group, probably not only because of that, but still, sometimes the scripts will kind of deactivate themselves on you. I do suppose that happens. Anyway, they're moving in. We've got the 2 groups now. Oh, we got the security team back here with some silenced MP7s. I gotta say, that's pretty cool. That's a nice array of weapons. So that's gonna evolve over there. I do believe I heard vehicles come in back here. Yes, the reinforcements or the backup has just arrived. It's a big team here. Just for their security or for their safety, they're gonna dismount over here and move up to the estate on foot. I know time's at an essence here, but you don't want to be in a car if you get sprayed by an assault rifle like that. We have another guy over here. Can he get in somewhere? He needs to. He's been shocked and frightened behind the car. I would be too if I was in a situation like this. The mechanic is alive in that room. The security over here is alive as well. They're going to tighten up the perimeter. I'm going to do a little bit of an acting change here and just make a slight difference to what's going on. We're going to send up 2 security guards. Ooh. 2 security guards to check out the situation. And the rest will try and move indoors there and stay here. I do believe... Did they kill... No, there's still some people alive over here. Can they move in and just... Oh. They're making some progress. There's 2 attackers down here. Oh, you didn't get him. Oh, they got him there. Good. They're clearing out the IT room now. That's the mechanic. He's going to be shot point blank. There's only about, what, 7 attackers left now? It's not a big amount, but they got their common goal, so we'll let the AI continue doing their thing. Where's that security? They're coming in, though. They're coming in. Look at the storm of security guards. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So these guys need a more specific target in order for them to work as intended. So let's send them up there. I don't think that the attackers would have gotten in if I didn't send them around the flank. So we'll leave some outdoors and we'll send the rest in. This is just a big storm now of corporate security guards coming in. So they know that's coming, so they're going to keep one guy over here by the stair. And he's going to be in a firefight over there. The rest are going to try and actually storm the room and get him killed. Oh, he's going to... As soon as he gets indoors, he's going to be shot. Look at the security guards moving in. It's a storm. Holy crap. Outside secured. Look at this team arriving indoors now. Or like they're coming in here. Roger, roger. We got it all secured. You're safe, sir. Oh, that is so cool. What a close one. But they only one guy got through the actual door before he was gunned down. That was like way more. I think I really enjoyed controlling both sides with logical thinking there. Like I take... Look, you okay, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm just going to have a leak.
Got it, sir. Yes, sir.
It's going to be piss. All right. Anyway, so I think we can stop that alarm now. Situation's under control. Yeah, the outside's been secured. What a crazy fight, though. Absolutely crazy. Look at all the carnage here. Let's take a look at casualties. The red will be the attackers, and the yellow will be the defenders. We see up here it was a slaughter for the defenders, but over here this is where a lot went down in the lobby and the front entrance, and a lot of lives were lost here. A lot of innocent and civilians too, or unarmed rather. I guess at least initially unarmed, but many picked up weapons afterwards. And then there's a bit of quite a firefight in this hallway up here. That was a very cool firefight. I did enjoy that kind of stairs combat with all the troops. That was really, really badass. So I suppose I like the idea of like doing 15 seconds per side. It's like chess. You're playing against yourself, and you just gotta kind of like outsmart yourself every turn you take, playing both sides. And I think that makes for a really, really interesting game. But that aside, I hope you guys enjoyed this scenario. The CEO survived once more, but that was close. That could have been so different. That could have turned out so differently. And I suppose I don't need to apologize for the AI. It's not my fault, but it's really weird that they had a convention out there on the planes. Like, what? Never seen that happen before. Never ever have I seen that happen before. Well, their lives were saved again. I guess the group will just have to try another time. Maybe a motorcade, maybe at a public event or something like that. They'll have to attack with more police and civilians involved. That could be really, really interesting. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys soon again. Ciao.